paradise on Mount Rainier again. I saw this scene last time I was here and just fell in love with it, so I came back to get it. Right now I'm in some brutal sun. I did put some sunscreen on and I have my sunglasses on, but I'm hoping that some of these clouds will clear. Let me show you the scene. This is the scene I want to paint. It's a mix of architecture and mountains, so it should be kind of a challenge. I don't do much architecture. I do some drawing, but not much painting. So I'm really excited to try it. It's a neat, abstract, geometric pattern with that inn mostly covered in snow. That's Paradise Inn, beautiful old National Parks lodge style building, and then those gorgeous peaks behind it. Mount Rainier is behind me. It keeps going in and out of the clouds. You can just see the peak of it from here. I was snowshoeing around earlier and got some beautiful views of it. But I don't really want to paint Mount Rainier today. I want to paint this beautiful mountain scene. I don't have a lot of time. I got here up a little bit early and the Longmire Gate closes right at 5 p.m. and they warn you to get out before then. So I don't want to push that. Paradise Inn was built in 1916, opened in 1917. Beautiful old building in the rustic national park style. Native building materials were used, including cedar shingles, native rock, even some weathered timbers from another building that burned down. This is a beautiful place. It has a high ceiling open interior with huge logs and beams exposed, dormer windows with lots of natural light. It's just a delight in the summer. They open the windows and doors to get a breeze flowing through. Lovely place to visit, lovely place to stay. During World War II, 1942, 1943, troops were stationed at the inn and trained on the mountain. It was renovated in 2006. Beautiful job done. It's open during late spring and summer into fall. Opens around May, I think. It's about 2 o'clock, so I want to paint for no more than an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Give myself time to clean up and get out the gate. So to help myself, I'm going to go with a little more of a limited palette than I normally would. And that should be actually pretty effective here, where the scene is really muted. It's green and blue, a little bit of cad orange, some alizarin crimson, and a lot of different grays mixed up from those colors. So I'm just going to set out a few of my normal colors, not the full range, and really limit the palette. So I'll work on the composition real quick. I'm going with an 11 by 14 inch panel. I'm trying something new this time. This is my normal birch panel that I get from Blick. It has 3 coats of gesso and also 1 coat of Alkyd. I'll put the link to that in the video. This is it's kind of a top coat for exterior house paint, except it's artist grade. I got the tip from Mark Boedges, I think is how you pronounce his name. Wonderful painter. I bought one of his tutorial videos and he mentioned that he uses that instead of oil primed sometimes, so I thought I'd give it a try. So I threw a very thin layer of Alkyd on these 3 layers of gesso, and we'll see how it goes. I've got my normal 1/3 lines sketched in so I can quickly draw the composition in charcoal. Then I'll move into the turpentine wash. That'll go quickly today. I think I'll just do a simple base turpentine wash of burnt umber and call it good, since the scene's going to be pretty muted. I can always adjust the color later in the studio as well. I can scrape down some areas and I can paint over some areas if I don't quite capture the color harmony. But to be honest, it's mostly grays here today. A lot of blues and grays and greens. So I'll get going. As always, thanks so much for joining me. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe. Okay, there's the turpentine wash in, and I introduced just a little more dark burnt umber and ultramarine blue and alizarin crimson in some areas, just to start to darken up the value pattern. A lot of light in this scene. It's going to be mostly high key with some pretty dark darks, so it should be interesting how it comes along. For my palette, let me show you what I went with. For my colors, titanium white, Rembrandt gray, ivory black, cerulean blue, cobalt blue, ultramarine blue, burnt umber, alizarin crimson, cad red, cad yellow, and Windsor lemon. So I took out quite a few colors, took out the yellow ochre, took out the sap green, took out the burnt sienna, trying to simplify things a bit. I'll make any greens I need just by combining yellow with one of the blues. Now I'll start to mix up the colors for the sky and for the background mountain. Little time check, it's already 3 o'clock, so I'm gonna have to get a move on. I'm gonna have to move quickly on this. Colors mixed up now. These colors are for that background mountain. Light lavender shadow, light blue shadow, and then darker kind of grayish greens, blackish greens for the trees that are climbing up the slopes of the mountains. These are the dark shadows in the buildings. I'm kind of running out of my time, so I'm going to get that done and see if I have a chance to capture some of the snow colors, even if I can just grab a note or two of what the snow color looks like while I'm here when the sun's on it. That'll be enough. Alright, my camera cut out there. I'm not sure why, but I don't think you saw me capture that background mountain. It's in there now. It's really rough. Now I'm going to paint the shadows of the building and try to capture just a few of the highlights of the snow in the sun and the snow in the shadow. The snow in the sun varies from a alizarin crimson leaning lavender to a slightly orange leaning white. Just a hint of cadmium yellow, or maybe just a hint of that Windsor lemon. And then the shadow varies from a warm alizarin crimson lavender to a cool cobalt blue lavender, but it's all pretty close in value. So I'll just try to capture a few notes and get it down and then clean up and back up. Alright, well there's where it ended up. Pretty quick there at the end just to get the colors of the snow down quickly. Brushwork all over is really rough, but I do like it. I think it got the composition and the colors down. I'll take it back to the studio and clean it up a little bit, throw it out on my website. As always, thanks so much for joining me.